Trini loathes her saddlebags, but all I see are her beautifully toned arms.
While Susanna might hate her podgy arms, all I see are a great pair of tits.
There isn't a single woman who can't find one fault with her figure.
But we can all learn to hide what we don't like.
It's simply a matter of knowing
what not to wear. This week's target is 32-year-old Jane Anderson, our tallest candidate ever at 6'1". We've been secretly filming her for the past few weeks.
Despite having a shape that some women might envy, Jane thinks her slim figure makes her look like a boy, so she's given up even trying to look girly.
Jane feels her height makes her stick out like a sore thumb, so to fade into the background she wears dull, dreary colours, with a particular fondness for the pensioners' favourite, beige.
Jane needs to ditch the drab, which is why she's been nominated for a severe style rehab by not only her desperate boyfriend, but her entire family.
Bland.
Dull.
Scruffy.
Jane is a big wearer of cardigans. I think if she stops wearing cardigans, it would be a disaster for the cardigan industry.
Practicality rules with Jane, and it's not really what she looks like, it's whether she's comfortable.
She has a history of wearing very large knickers that we call granny knickers. The larger the better. In fact, when I was going through a stage of wearing maternity knickers, Jane actually asked me to buy her some.
The woman needs working on, but right now Jane has no idea that we've got cameras fixed on her every move.
So shall I just stay here like I did before?
Yeah, follow me, you're not going to get my body in it, you're so thick.
She's quite stroppy. I think we're going to have a bit of a handful here. She's very androgynous looking at the moment.
Her haircut too. I mean, from the back she could be mistaken for a man.
She's walking down the street with her arms across her. She doesn't want people to look at her. It's very sort of aggressive body language.
Yeah. She's got very large feet, hasn't she? It's tough. You know, once you get to that size, 90% of shoes on the high street aren't available to you. And that must be quite depressing because, you know, there aren't that many ways for her to feel feminine because a way you can really feel sexy is a great pair of high-heeled shoes. I wonder if she has that kind of Nicole Kidman moment with her boyfriend. You know, I did have some vertically challenged man once, but it didn't stop me wearing high heels.
It's like, be proud of your height.
Yeah.
Oh, those knickers. Yeah.
When you wear the array of underwear that she's got, it says a lot about how she feels about her body, I think, and how sexy she feels. She's got so used to this role of being too tall that she's stopped looking, you know, and stopped wanting to change.
I think the fact that she doesn't ever hardly wear makeup is a reflection of the fact that she thinks there's nothing to kind of work on.
I think Jane is a very creative, expressive person. She did a fine art degree at college, etc. It doesn't really come across in how she dresses. I think she comes across less fine art, more street dustman.
She's got the basics. It's just a question of getting rid of all the drab, colourless stuff and injecting some colour.
Yeah, getting her more feminine.
We need to make her more body conscious and less body self-conscious. We're really going to be able to get a lot for our money's worth with that £2,000. For that woman there, my God, look at her tits. They are down by her knees.
Focusing on Jane today, Susanna.
I'm sure she got bullied at school.
Why?
Because why would she be so self-conscious of such an amazing thing as that height she has?
I tell you, I'm not used to not having an automatic.
It shows. I feel so sick with your driving. Jane is having dinner with her family and is completely oblivious to the fact that we are about to ambush her.
I've got no idea.
Can we help you? What's going on, Jane?
Jane Anderson.
Jane.
You might know we are truly Susanna.
Yeah, I do.
From What Not to Wear. And this camera crew. With the help of your loving family and boyfriend, we have been secretly filming your every move, Jane, for 2 weeks.
We've been watching you come back on the train of an evening and falling fast asleep with our cameras filming you.
I hate this.
And we know that you take forever to get dressed in the morning. What shall I wear? Oh, got nothing to wear.
You haven't been in my bedroom.
Calm down. You've been set up, Jane, by your loving sister Karen, get her later, your dearest boyfriend Steve, and, unusually for us, your brother-in-law Charlie, who think that you dressed like a dustbin man, and that you are so lacking in any keenness to look glamorous.
Okay, to get rid of the tomboy image, here is a cheque for £2,000.
Wow, it's gone up. That's great, yeah.
Okay, it's getting better.
But, first of all, you have to hand over your bland wardrobe, your entire 6'1" frame, for some radical restyling.
Are you up for it?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I think they're quite funny. So, and I certainly laugh when I see them criticising other people. And generally, I agree with them, which is the strange thing. It'd be interesting actually to see if I can actually come around to their way of thinking or not. I might just think no.
A week later, Jane and her clothes arrive at the What Not to Wear office.
I feel like I'm walking into a circus. Anything could happen to me now.
So, Jane, you like to give friends advice about their style and how they're looking.
Yeah.
So what do you think of what we're wearing today?
Well, you're pregnant, so you're
Yeah.
doing really well, I think, actually, in my opinion.
High praise! Think of yourselves looking at one of your friends.
Exactly. Oh, there we go. Do you find it difficult to decide what to wear?
Aim is to blend into the crowd. It's just like, does this look half decent with this? Yeah.
It's just so dull.
But it's so dull going shopping. For me, it's just such a chore.
Being thin is as much of a problem to dress as being overweight.
I think it's more of a problem because nothing hangs and nothing kind of hugs you.
That's your main excuse why you dress like this, is it?
Yeah, it is actually.
Okay.
You look like a street urchin. You look for a Dickensian street urchin. Everything looks scruffy, baggy and raggy because it's all kind of depressing colours. Look, prime example.
I hate that cardigan so much, I have to say.
Yeah, so do I. It all looks kind of quite crispy hanging up there, your underwear. Grey and crispy.
My boyfriend, he's not impressed with my underwear. He wants me to be wearing thongs and things. I can't be doing with thongs.
There's nothing feminine. We haven't seen anything feminine or...
I'm wearing a skirt there.
I know, but I've never seen anyone make a skirt look so nondescript.
I think I've just given up somewhere along the line, to be honest. And now I am over 30. I really have given up.
It's a tragedy that you would resign yourself to this, you know? Because it will only get worse.
Here it's different.
gosh.
You're in red and you're smiling and you're vivacious and your eyes are lighting up and it's so different. The real you is so different to the image you're portraying.
And if it's inside you, we've got to get it and haul it out, Jane, and, you know, put it on the outside.
It's the
You're
mental
enthusiastic about it
side.
too.
It's got to
That sounds
change.
like
It's your
a-
attitude has got to change.
Really painful transformation, actually. I don't know where to
It's
begin
like, you know,
anyway.
it's like you do need to go kick up the arse. And I think today that's what you're going to get.
I was kind of a bit shocked, actually, because the person that I saw reminded me of a middle-aged, sort of mumsy dinner lady type of character. I don't particularly like what I have to show off, I suppose. I just don't think it's really worth showing off.
Next up, our thorough inspection of Jane's wardrobe.
There are some fabulous clothes in there. Yet you seem to choose to wear the institutional stuff. It's like you are determined to dress depressed.
Come over here and have a little
like a
nestle
game show.
through. Okay. Go on, Jane. Don't feel scared of your own clothes. Go on, nibble in there.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'd like to get rid of that, actually.
You would. That's great. That's good.
But it fits me.
It doesn't matter. It's drab and bland, and we're making a new you, aren't we? Are we doing that? Are we doing? Yes, we are.
Okay.
Next. This says Ming, and we think it's Mingy. It's a bit tired.
Everyone likes that when
Everyone
I wear that
likes
to work.
that, do they now? What are the people
It's
who are saying
romantic.
they're liking it? How is that? How is that
I don't know, it's
romantic?
Spanish.
Spanish?
Gypsy.
Spanish and gypsy. We must remember that.
Oh my God, okay. All these. Is that got
Just because they're beige?
Yes, it's washy-outy. It's washy-outy.
Beige brings me out a little bit, doesn't it?
Brings you out beige. Has anyone ever used that expression
brings
with
you
beige?
out in what?
Even this Oxfam skirt.
It's my librarian skirt when I want that look.
Why do you want to look like a librarian?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Then we're left with that. Do you really love that?
I agree. It makes me look a bit
agree.
vomity,
Okay.
but
Fine.
that was, I need a suit for an interview in a hurry.
It says, I've got no flair about me, I'm not going to be able to take on responsibility, and I'm just going to sort of sit in the corner and quake. There's nothing that stands out about it. Are these really the only pants you have?
Yeah, I've got more of what's here. But they don't stop my circulation, and that's the main thing.
The ones you have on?
Quite fun.
Oh, quite
These
fun.
were for a birthday present. Somebody else bought them for me, but I wouldn't go out and buy it myself. Yeah. Comfort comes first.
Comfort, definitely, but you can get both. You're so black and white, Jane. There is a middle ground, okay?
But these are practically cutting into me. I mean, that's so thin.
Oh, my goodness, it doesn't even leave a mark. Let's say you went out to a really smart event. What would you do? There is not one smart thing here,
Don't
Jane.
panic.
It's so bereft of glamour, sex appeal and femininity, this wardrobe. All right, you have the basics. I do believe you have the basics. You have, you know, 12 pairs of trousers. You've got 7 skirts. You've got 30 tops. Everyday stuff. You don't know necessarily how to wear them together to bring out the colour. You don't know how to look feminine. You don't know how to look glamorous.
I don't think they're being that unreasonable, actually. Not really. Although when it comes to the pants, I think they should let me keep them. I almost refuse to throw away my white cotton knickers. I mean, they're just so innocent. They haven't done any harm to anyone.
Now Jane's got to face her body in a 360-degree mirror.
Yeah, no, I look sort of a bit thinner than I thought, actually. Some people say Jarvis Cocker, but I think I look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
I think that was a very honest appraisal of yourself. I don't think it was totally accurate. Even though you're wearing a bright blue and it's a soft neckline, it's still quite blokish.
Blokish?
It's 2 harsh pieces of fabric, you know, so it's kind of, I see your lankiness even more.
I think I need to be maybe a little bit more curvy to wear this dress. I look a bit like a little slither of something.
Slither of liver. It makes you look very, very, very thin.
Yeah.
I think it makes you look too thin, Jane. I think there's a stage when a woman can look too thin and she begins to look scrawny. And from the back especially, it's just, it's a nothing. I mean, it's just a, it's not even an elegant column in a beautiful fabric. And look at those knickers. Look at those knickers.
Okay, well this isn't a very pleasing sight. This seems to be really ill-fitting all of a sudden.
How would you first describe the outfit? What did you say? It was your flamboyant...
Oh God, gypsy Spanish. It's because of these things. They're supposed to actually do up, but I got bored of this.
I mean, that's just an
bits.
undone
I know.
shirt cuff. There is nothing flamenco about that. A flamenco is about frills, it's about colour, it's about flamboyance, it's about excitement, it's about sex. This is a very shapeless black shirt.
There's no kind of, I'm a woman with tits and a waist and great legs. It's like it's all hidden.
The only thing that's missing are the pea stains at the front. They look like men's trousers, like a dirty old flasher would wear.
Being forced into that box and having to look at myself was like drinking a toxic, poisonous drink. I'm sure I don't look like that in real life. I still can't believe it, even though I saw it with my very own eyes.
Quickest, speediest route to look feminine is by wearing a dress. Now, you can afford to go quite mad with fabrics and textures and pattern because you don't have to worry about bulking yourself up unnecessarily. And floaty, because what it'll do is it'll skim over your body. So at the moment you're feeling a bit skinny, you won't see it so much underneath a floaty fabric like this. Jewellery, please, dear God, look out for great accessories.
But they rattle when you run and...
Well, are you always running?
Yeah.
No,
Really?
Jane, you're always making
And it's
excuses to not
excuses.
try something new. So just shut up for a second and listen,
Yeah.
okay? Now, we want you to try and buy vintage, Jane. And the point of this whole outfit is to take your kind of staple basics in your wardrobe and to team them up with something other than a sleeveless black T-shirt. And you might have to try on a lot of things, but you'll find a piece that nobody else has that shows you and your individuality.
Can it go in the washing machine?
You have such an attitude, Jane. Do you seriously ask yourself that? No.
This is more about giving you an idea of how you can be more adventurous in the way you dress. So a very soft, floaty dress or skirt, and then the trousers underneath. I mean, you can really afford to go completely mad.
I'm wearing trousers with a skirt.
Yeah, it's a
Seems
novel
a bit
idea
excessive.
for you. For a normal person, it's an interesting alternative, okay? The jacket will go straight down, it will not go out at the end, and that's the kind of jacket you want. You want it to go the small of your back.
Shopping will become an easier experience for you, and therefore it'll be more enjoyable, because now you really will know what you're looking for.
I don't think people understand quite what, you know, a mission it is to try and get clothes. It's one thing being 5'9", it's another thing being 6'1".
I'd never buy something like woolly from a shop like this because I just think it was like a bit fusty and smelly. They're all just theatre clothes to me. They're dressing up clothes. No. I don't think this does much for me. Oh dear, this is Julian Clary, isn't it? No. So it's just this whole idea of wearing things over things. It's not a shop that I'd normally visit, to be honest. I don't like any of those colours. I mean, they're colours for a start. First thing I've picked up really in the shop, and I'm going to buy it. And I'm really shocked. It's a bit like a karate top or something, which I find quite appealing. It's a bit like a cardigan as well, because it's wrapped round, so that's pleasing.
We've forced Jane to face her shoe phobia.
I hate shopping, and like being film shopping is like my worst nightmare. I don't believe that they'll actually fit. Yeah, I might have to try everything, to be honest. So now I'm really happy with these 3 pairs of shoes. And I'm walking out the shop having purchased something which is really, really satisfying. So I'm very happy. I thought it was great that I could walk into the shoe shop and just buy 3 pairs of shoes just like that. I'll be happy not to have to do much more vintage shopping again. I like clean clothes, clothes that no one else has worn.
It's Jane's second shopping day and we've sent her on ahead.
You know, the fact that she's spent over 600 quid already leads me to believe that maybe she's beginning to enjoy shopping.
I'm still finding it very hard to get my head around the whole vintage thing.
She should love vintage. It is so her, Susanna. It's what suits her.
I'm really scared about shopping with Trini and Susanna.
Well, it should be good fun, but if it's not, I'm prepared to get very stroppy with her.
They can't make me buy anything. I mean, they can, you know, put the pressure on.
Now, where is she? What I feel what you've got so far is that it all has quite a contemporary feel.
It's got to be a bit safe, because at the end of the day, I've got to walk down the street in this and go to work and go shopping or whatever I do every day.
But we're not going to suggest you look like you've come out of a 1950s movie, honey. Jane, are you in there? Come out. Very good colours on you, these. They're great colours on you.
Okay. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit.
Jane?
Don't like it already.
Oh, it's a surprise. I think this is going to be a bit of a learning process in here for you. I think it could take a bit of time, because like I pointed this out to you, and the first thing you go is disgusting colour. It's like you're only looking at the negative of everything.
That is so horrible, though.
Get in there and try, Susanna. We're being too nice to her. Do it!
I'm getting a bit off.
Much harder work than I thought.
This just feels like a waste of time trying on these vintage clothes.
No, that I don't like, actually.
Thank God for that.
Why are you so
Roman.
aggressive? Why are you so aggressive, Jane?
Clothes
come
shopping.
out.
I hate clothes shopping.
You get so angry. We're not at war with you.
Chill. OK, really chill. Here we go.
Okay.
OK? Try and come out with a different attitude next time. Just try and surprise us.
I won't settle for their weirdo ideas.
Come out and turn.
It's absolutely beautiful.
And see it from a distance.
You've got to open your mind. You've got to think that I am a contemporary woman who has the figure of a model, who can dress like a model. You're never going to get this opportunity again. That cliff is there and you've got to jump off it.
The skirt is really nice.
See?
It's great, the skirt. Yeah.
To die for.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it.
And I like this skirt.
God, she likes the skirt! At last, a breakthrough. We spy on Jane in the next door to see if she stays positive.
So here I am in Carly Mix.
Okay, let's see how she's been getting on in this department stores of department stores.
I'm not sure where to go. I feel really lost.
There's just so much choice, and I think for Jane that might flummox her a bit. Those are nice, those jumpers, actually.
But I like that. It's a bit glum, I suppose.
That's
Yeah,
fabulous.
that's
I
lovely.
love that.
Yeah, it's really great.
Funny skirt.
It's going to be long enough. Is she going to take it? Please take it.
It's a bit weird, but I'm going to try it.
Oh, yes, she has. That's a great choice. I'm really impressed with that because that's quite far out there.
There haven't been very fun clothes so far. These look more fun.
She's getting confused. I think you're going to have to dump your mint tea, honey.
I bought these sweets because I thought whenever she's having a low blood sugar moment, we can
Ram
just
one
say,
of those down her throat. Actually, those two together, by heavens.
Yep, could be great. Open up, feel positive. Let's go.
Try the skirt on with that top.
Let's see. It is a bit cut on the bias and you are pear-shaped. Take it off next
Yeah,
thing.
it's not-
Okay. And look, excuse me, are they nearly too long for you?
Yes, I think you might need a heel. The top, what do you think of this that you chose?
I like the top.
I tell you what I
it's
love
nice and
most.
warm.
It goes high enough up and it's
I don't
really
have to roll
neat.
it down
yeah.
again.
Okay.
That's
I
a
wish I could wear
definite.
them. Okay.
I like this dress.
I like it too.
It's fab. You look so great, Jane, in a pair of heels, you know.
Oh, the strange shape at the back.
It's an amazing cut.
Fab.
What would I wear underneath it?
See, I'd wear that over a pair of jeans.
Love it. I love it. I mean, this couldn't be a more perfect shaped jacket for you.
It's going very well. Are you feeling a bit happier now?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, isn't she the most exhausting person we've ever worked with, Suze?
Oh, God, you'd think she'd love clothes with a figure like that. But you know what? I do think she's coming round to our way of thinking.
I think it worked today. I think I've come away with a good mixture of quite jazzy clothes. I think this whole thing has been about forcing me to realise that I can be creative and original and glamorous.
A few days later, Jane returns to our office with new hair and makeup and transforms from boyish scruff to glamorous woman.
That lighter hair colour really does wonders. I would say this has been one hell of a journey.
I just can't stop looking at you with your makeup on because you are so beautiful, Jane. I cannot tell you the difference in you. And we've ended up with probably the most interesting wardrobe we've ever had on this show. And once we see the clothes on, the combination is going to be mind-blowing.
You feel slightly like a sort of proud mother hen.
I think it's so great, so much more modern. And I mean, to think back to all those cardigans. So I think you should have a look in the mirror.
Who's that girl? I guess I don't really recognise myself, to be quite honest. I look really glamorous. And I like the makeup because it's not over the top at all. It looks really natural. I just look really glossy. Real new glossy me. I look pretty.
For you to say that about yourself that you look pretty is a huge step forward. And you seem to feel kind of more proud about your body and your figure.
Okay. So the
now
dress.
you've had it fitted.
I mean, that is the thing we discussed about vintage. If you get something and you love it and it's all a bit wonky, it's so worth buying it and taking it in.
If you didn't have the wide strap here across your collarbones, you would look too bony. It doesn't look bony, it looks really elegant.
Yeah.
I'm trying to walk.
Amazingly well.
It just gets better and better. It gets better and better.
You do need to paint your toenails.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's lacking because you are so polished everywhere. Go on.
Go and have a look.
Thank you. This is a very different me. It's emphasising my willowiness, isn't it? But in a nice way.
These clothes celebrate your figure and how gorgeous you are.
They have texture, they have flow, they have difference in heights.
It's science, isn't it?
It is
You
a
lot?
science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've just got the science absolutely spot on.
You were flipping goddamn nightmare, actually.
That much
You
nightmare.
were. No, you really, truly were. But it was worth every moment of agony we went through. Every moment. But you can't go back. Not now.
No, you'll be on
Definitely
a bloody
not.
tail, girl. Jane bought this vintage 1930s jacket, which gives her shape at the waist, texture in the fabric, and all importantly, colour.
Goodbye grey knickers. Jane splashed out on some rather sexy underwear, which is still comfy and practical, but will give her boyfriend a nice treat. This gorgeous top ties at the waist to create those curves and is so feminine with its mix of delicate fabrics. And unlike beige, this colour really does bring Jane out. Although expensive, these distinctive pieces will add character to the basics in Jane's existing wardrobe. As we put our feet up after all that hard work, Jane starts life with her new wardrobe.
Wow.
She looked beautiful.
She looked absolutely fantastic. It's quite a change.
She's got huge, great big heels on, and she's standing so much more straight and more confidently.
Look, you look like a midget!
She's got clothes that kind of match that personality as well now.
Her vintage dress. And the vintage skirt. I mean, she's loving the vintage stuff after all that trouble and pulling teeth. I mean, that is good styling, girl. It seems that she's enjoying wearing accessories as well as buying them because of that bag she's bought. And I mean, I don't remember that necklace either. And she's looking bright and colourful at a job where she normally disappeared into the background.
Just look at that shot, Suze, because what you notice is everyone's in black. Just look at the blue.
She is absolutely ravishing.
She seems a lot more commanding. She had attitude before, there's no doubt about that, but perhaps she has even more. Oh no.
I love that jacket.
I'm more interested in the shop she's in.
Lingerie. Can't believe she's even trying these things on, Suze.
There is no doubt she's feeling more sexy about herself. I mean, can you imagine if she would have ever have gone in there before? We often say this, that she was one of our hardest candidates.
No, she was our hardest candidate.
Really was.
It just shows that you can't look at someone like her and feel envious because she has as many issues going on inside her head as a woman whose body shape is very different.
More.
Yeah.
And that's why we had such a tough time.
And she lost her energy for life, and I think she's got it back. And what about his shirt?
Yeah, I know.
I think I've managed to shed the Jarvis Cocker look, and I've moved on to something a little bit more feminine. I find it impossible most days now to dress depressed. I think I stand out more now, and that's a good thing. And I definitely feel more confident. There's no going back. There is no going back.
Find out what styles suit your body shape at www.bbc.co.uk/lifestyle.
Coming up next on BBC Prime, we're back to Albert Square for all the latest going